Is there anything more challenging in life than relationships? Maintaining long-lasting, rewarding relationships is a challenge we can all relate to. Many people would argue that having great relationships is the key to happiness. After all, what good is money and success if you have no one to share it with, whether they are based on romance, friendship, or kinship? Having the support of others makes us feel valued, confident, and happy. While relationships aren't always easy, they are some of the greatest gifts we have. I've put together a list of all the very best quotes of great persons about relationships to help you celebrate the people who mean the most in your life.
When someone loves you, the way they talk about you is different. You feel safe and comfortable.
The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. A guy and a girl can be just friends, but at one point or another, they will fall for each other, maybe temporarily, maybe at the wrong time, maybe too late, or maybe forever.
For the two of us, home isn't a place. It is a person. And we are finally home. Man may have discovered fire, but women have discovered how to play with it. Relationships don't always make sense. Especially from the outside. Cheating and lying aren't struggles, they're reasons to break up. For there to be betrayal, there would have to have been trust first. I know enough to know that no woman should ever marry a man who hated his mother.
What we wait around a lifetime for with one person, we can find in a moment with someone else.
Nothing in this world was more difficult than love. I think you are wrong to want a heart. It makes most people unhappy. If you only knew it, you are in luck not to have a heart. Books are a poor substitute for female companionship, but they are easier to find.
Seldom, very seldom, does complete truth belong to any human disclosure. Seldom can it happen that something is not a little disguised or a little mistaken. Sometimes it takes a heartbreak to shake us awake, help us see we are worth so much more than we're settling for.
We have to recognize that there cannot be relationships unless there is commitment, unless there is loyalty, unless there is love, patience, persistence. Assumptions are the termites of relationships.
When we face pain in relationships, our first response is often to sever bonds rather than to maintain commitment. There comes a time in your life when you have to choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it.
I find the best way to love someone is not to change them, but instead, help them reveal the greatest version of themselves. You're just another story I can't tell anymore. When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but with creatures bristling with prejudice and motivated by pride and vanity.
I want to be around people that do things. I don't want to be around people anymore that judge or talk about what people do. I want to be around people that dream and support and do things. Can officially confirm that the way to a man's heart these days is not through beauty, food, sex, or alluringness of character, but merely the ability to seem not very interested in him.
Rejection is an opportunity for your selection. When what you hear and what you see don't match, trust your eyes. We all take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we take a little of each other everywhere.
Hope for love, pray for love, wish for love, dream for love, but don't put your life on hold waiting for love.
Sometimes I get real lonely sleeping with you. The words, I love you, kill, and resurrect millions, in less than a second. If you're trapped in the dream of the other, you're fucked. Trust is the fruit of a relationship in which you know you are loved.
You can't lose something you never had.
The reason we all like to think so well of others is that we are all afraid for ourselves. The basis of optimism is sheer terror. Submission is not about authority and it is not obedience, it is all about relationships of love and respect. It's hard to communicate anything exactly, and that's why perfect relationships between people are difficult to find.
It's not your job to like me, it's mine.
We know from daily life that we exist for other people first of all, for whose smiles and well-being our own happiness depends. I believe in love the verb, not the noun. To wisely live your life, you don't need to know much, just remember two main rules for the beginning: you better starve, than eat whatever, and better be alone, than with whoever. A man is lucky if he is the first love of a woman. A woman is lucky if she is the last love of a man.
Some people come into our lives and leave footprints on our hearts, and we are never ever the same.
If you spend your life sparing people's feelings and feeding their vanity, you get so you can't distinguish what should be respected in them.
Husbands are chiefly good as lovers when they are betraying their wives.
People are islands, they don't really touch. However close they are, they're really quite separate. Even if they've been married for 50 years. Human relationships always help us to carry on because they always presuppose further developments, a future, and also because we live as if our only task was precisely to have relationships with other people. There isn't time, so brief is life, for bickerings, apologies, heartburnings, callings to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that.
Find a woman who makes you feel more alive. She won't make life perfect, but she'll make it infinitely more interesting. And then love her with all that's in you.
People will walk in and walk out of your life, but the one whose footstep made a long-lasting impression is the one you should never allow to walk out.